Welcome back to the channel. Today is shoulder and leg day. I am also going to be talking about how and where I find time to exercise. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and pound the like button. Let's get to it. All right, time is ticking already. First set completed. Before I start the topic of the day, I need to mention that I need to focus a little bit more on the form and the pace. Kind of neglecting that lately. But anyway, to start the topic. How and where do I find time to exercise, especially since I exercise / workout every single day? Alright, so first let me give you a background on my time limits here. So, first of all, this is not my full-time job. Actually, this is not even a job. My full-time job requires me to be available to work at any time, 24 hours a day. So, technically speaking, at any random time, my phone will ring and I have 2 hours to show up to work. So, most of the time, I go to work, spend there at work at least 9 hours. Usually, as in lately, is somewhere between 10 and a half hours to 12 hours. All right, so you notice time is up. And let's go with a second set of this exercise and we'll continue with the conversation. Here we go. All right, time is ticking again. So, as I was saying, lately, since we're so short-staffed, which by the way, if you want a job, let me know. I can hook you up. They're hiring where I work. So since we're short-staffed, we've been working somewhere between 9 to 12 hours. So imagine me being there for 12 hours and it's somewhat of a physical job. So by the time I make it home, 12 hours later, I am tired. And I'm not counting the time that it takes me to make it to work, the time that it takes me to come back from work. Let's forget about those hours. So by the time I make it home from work, I am tired, exhausted. All I want to do is go to bed and rest for the next day. Now I do spend a little time with the girls as much as I can. Spend a little time with the girls when I get home. If I have to putting the groceries or whatever we do on a daily basis. I have to do it before I go to bed, plan things for next day, all that stuff. But let's say I just go straight up to bed and sleep. All right, let's get back to the third set. We'll continue with the conversation. Here we go. Break time. We have one more set of this. We'll move on to the next exercise. So, let's say I just go straight up to bed. But first, something that you need to keep in mind is that as soon as I tie up, as we call it, most of you call it clock out. As soon as I clock out from work, my rest time kind of starts ticking. I have 10 hours from the moment that I leave work until they can call me again. So if I leave work at midnight, they have until at 10 a.m. is when they can start calling again, when they can call me again. So if I go home at midnight, make it home by 1 a.m., go to bed, sleep, if I get lucky, 5 hours, that put me at 6 a.m. Already at 10, 4 hours later, my phone can ring. And trust me, it will ring. So, what I have to do is, as soon as I wake up, I do my routine. Get up, go to the bathroom, step on the scale, log the numbers, and then proceed with the hygiene routine. Brush my teeth, wash my face, yada 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 yada. Time is up. Here we go with the last set of this exercise. Here we go. It's getting heavy. Well, that was the last set for that exercise. So, wake up, follow my hygiene protocols as I mentioned, and I go downstairs, make myself a breakfast. If the girls are up, either they make breakfast, or I'll make breakfast for them too. It will depend on what time is the time that I wake up. So after I have my breakfast and rest for like 30 minutes, then I come right over here, where I'll spend about an hour exercising, recording, and mind you, breakfast time will take me about 30 minutes to make. Most of the time it's less than that. It's just me walking in circles, grabbing stuff here and there to make the breakfast. It takes me just a few minutes, doesn't take long. I try to keep things simple as possible. Then I come here, spend an hour, And then once I'm done with exercising, I go back inside of the house, try to edit as far as I can, and then just wait for the phone call. Time is up. Here we go with the first set of the reverse flies. That was a good one. All right, so once I get back in the house, try to edit a little bit the video, spend a little time with the girls. By that point, they are definitely awake, doing something. And then I try to eat something as the phone call already came in for me to go back to work. I eat, get ready for work, and bounce. So, make it to work for as many hours as they want me to work, come back home, and repeat. I do that 6 days in a row, and as you heard me saying, I work a spectrum of hours, then 10 hours of rest, and then work again. So I do not always land up working from 3 to 11 or from 2 to 10. It all like, as the day only has so many hours and I work so many hours, the rest of the hours just kind of accumulate for next day. And I end up, my rest time, by the time I wake up, is not usually the same time. The time I get home is usually a different time. The time I make it to work is usually a different time. So it kind of rotates where I start work, when I finish, when I start again, and when I finish. So I don't know if it makes any sense, but I'll try to explain in the next break. Time is up. Here we go. Second set. All right, time's ticking again. Oh man, I'm feeling it in the real delts. Whew. So, as far as schedule goes, it's pretty crazy. There's no set times to start work or leave work. It's more like 12 and 10, 10 and 10, 12 and 10, 8 and 10. As you know, the days have 24 hours. 12 and 10 does not equal 24. It equals 22. So at time 10 is up. I'll start again, and it's just the hours vary. Kind of complicated to explain my schedule. It took me a long time to figure out myself as I work. My fiance still doesn't know how it works, and we've been dealing with this for over 2.5 years now. So, how and where do I find time? As I mentioned in the past, one of my flaws is that I can't skip a day from working out. If I skip it, it's gonna be harder for me to get back in the groove than just continue on it. So I made a habit of, once I wake up, I have to get going. Breakfast and exercise, and then back in the house to hang out with the girls a little bit, lunch, and go to work, or dinner and then go to work. Time is up. Here we go. Second set of this exercise. I think it's the second. Is it? I think it's the third. All right, time is up. Here we go. All right, yeah, I think that was the third one. I have one more set. We'll move on to the next one. So, that's kind of the routine. Wake up, weigh myself, hygiene protocol, downstairs for breakfast, rest for a little bit, come work out, and then back inside the house to hang out with the girls, eat lunch or dinner, whatever time it is, then go to work and repeat. There are times where I start the day the same way, but when I go inside the house, spend a little time with the girls, eat, and wait for my phone call never comes. That's where things get discombobulated a lot of times, when I do not get called within the call window, and then I have to wait 8 more hours for a phone call, for the phone call. That will mean that I will either, if I didn't work second shift that day, I'll end up working third shift. Or if I didn't end up working third shift that day, I'll end up working first shift next. Time is up. Here we go with the last set of this exercise. I'm pretty sure it's the last one. And, I'm definitely feeling it. Here we go. That was a horrible one. That was bad. Muscles are zapped already. All right, let's move on. Bring the bench over here. Whew. So we can finish it with shoulder press. I think I'm gonna use it smart bells. It's gonna be easier. So, back to the topic. When that happens, I end up skipping a shift, or they don't call me for a particular shift that I think I'm gonna get called for. That's when things get even more out of whack, because I already slept, I am rested and ready, have my cup of coffee. I'm ready. Well, as ready as I'm gonna be. But now I have to figure out what I'm going to do besides spending time with the girls. I have to figure it out how to go back to bed, because gonna need to rest. I'm gonna need to rest a little bit before the next shift and before the phone call comes in again. So can't really work out because I already did the workout of the day. Even though my workouts are pretty light, it's gonna be extremely hard for me to overtrain. I'd rather not spend too much time working out and training and more time with things that matter most to me, family. All right, time is up. Here we go with the first set of the shoulder press. First, let me look at this. We have time. Here we go. All right, break time. So that kind of explains my scheduling and where I plug in my exercises. There are times where I come from work really late and really tired, and when I get home, it's not so much me getting ready for bed. I have to do other things because maybe I work third shift. When I make it home, by noon or 11 a.m., there are things I have to do when the places are open. I have to either go to a store, run errands with the girls, I spend a little time outside, go for a little walk, and then is when I go to bed. The time that I was supposed to sleep, I spend it doing other things. My rest time gets pushed so many hours later. So what wakes me up is the phone call to get back to work. So when that happens, I do not work out before work. I do work out when I come back from work. If you follow me through the 300 Days Fitness Challenge, you will know, or you will notice that sometimes I come from work and then work out. That's kind of where I fit the exercise in after work sometimes. I prefer to do it before, like today, but sometimes it happens after. So time is up. Here we go with the second set of this exercise. Then I'll reset you for the next one. Here we go. All right, 2 more sets, and then we'll move on to legs. All right, so how do I do it? First of all, I stop making excuses of I am too tired, I will do it later, I'll do it when I come back from work, I'll do it tomorrow. Stop all those excuses. And I just, since my exercises are so easy, so short, so simple, so basic, it didn't take me too long. Well, it took me like 30 to 40 days to get into the groove and the routine of doing the exercises, but that's so easy that I just made a part of my daily routine. As I mentioned, I wake up. Those are the days that I wake up on my own. I wake up, weigh myself, very important, I keep saying it. Weigh myself, log the numbers, hygiene protocols, downstairs for breakfast, relax a little bit, maybe watch a couple YouTube videos, maybe check my Facebook. Not for long, because time flies. You just lose track of time really easily. So I do that, and then I come and exercise every day. Now the days that the phone wakes me up, on those days, I just wake up, step on the scale, log the numbers, hygiene protocols, back into the bedroom, get ready, downstairs for breakfast, and then I'm out of here. Sometimes I take my breakfast with me. Alright, time is up, and here we go. Oh, let me reset this thing. I'll reset it in the next one. Next one. Alright, third set, I think. Let's do it. So the days that work wakes me up to go to work, those days then I leave the workout for when I come back from work. Those days are kind of rough because when I come home usually I have to spend time with the girls, which is more important than anything else in the world to me. And when I find a break, I come here for an hour, disappear for an hour, dedicate a little bit of time for my health and fitness, and then go back to the routine. Eventually I do go back to bed. I don't like it because I spend 12 hours, 9, 10, 11 or 12 hours working, and it's not sitting on a desk or standing, not that sitting at a desk job or just standing on a retail job. It's nothing, it's more, I did those jobs and those were way more intense than what I do now. It's just that my job is now more physical. Now I'm more physically tired by the time I make it home. Time is up, and here we go with the very last set of this exercise. I keep getting distracted. Might as well just change it now. All right, here we go. Yes. Alright, so there were a few things that I had to trade for health and fitness. And one of those things was TV. Watching TV. I still do watch TV. I still watch a little bit of news. I still watch some shows. I can't watch an entire episode of a show. Maybe when the fiance is watching something, I sit there with her for a little bit and try to catch up with whatever is happening. But it's not like I religiously sit there to enjoy a show. It's more like me trying to wind down my day and relax. Alright, have to get ready because time is ticking. It's gonna happen like last time, wasting my time yapping about who knows what, which kind of happened today too. It just happened to catch up with a few seconds to spare. There you go. Yes, I know, time is up. Alright. Alright. Let's load this baby here. 145er. Another 45er. Instead of a 25er, we're gonna put a 35er on. And I'll take it a little bit easy. Put a tanner on. And now the pads. I don't even know why I call them pads, because my shin hurts like if there was no pad on it. Alright, let's do the first set of extensions and go from there. Here we go. Break time. Woo. All right. So what else did I trade for health and fitness? Social media. I know if you follow me on social media, you can kind of tell that I don't really post very often on social media, not because I don't want to, but more so because I don't really have time to. I only have time to scroll a little bit and see where the people I follow are up to, reply to a few messages if I have any, and then I get going with my day. That's kind of what I do as part of my daily routine when I'm unwinding from or resting from my breakfast. What else? Now, I do have a car that I would like to spend a little bit of attention to, and I haven't had time to do it. So that's kind of another thing I took time from other hobbies and other things to do. They are not as important as health and fitness, but they're important to the soul. I need to catch those. I thought after the 300 days fitness challenge I was gonna have more time to make other type of videos, which I did, but I did not have more time. Actually, those videos took way more time than what I thought was going to. Anyway, time is up. Here we go with the second set of extensions, and I'm gonna leave that same weight there because it felt pretty good. All right, here we go. All right, we have 2 more sets. For the last exercise, how to figure it out. Well, I don't have to figure it out. I know what I need to do. I need to get rid of the 45ers and replace them with 35ers and at least one 25er to do the curls. Still yesterday I was feeling a little bit the hamstrings, just a little bit, when I was going up the stairs, mostly. All right. This is a great example of another thing I traded. I know I mentioned social media. I don't spend as much time on social media, but I should also say I tried to not play much with this highly distracting device. So, in other words, you just have to look at your life, look at what you do, what you're doing in your day that you say you don't have time to exercise. Look at those unimportant things that you do, or the things that you don't do, like maybe sit on the couch, watch TV for hours to end, or when you come home and sit on the TV and watch, or sit on the couch, play on your phone for hours, when you could be on a bicycle or a treadmill at the gym, or just go for a walk with your headphones on your neighborhood or your apartment complex, whatever it is. You're getting your workout in and you're catching up with your smartphone drama, whatever it may be. All right, time is up. Here we go with the 3rd set of this exercise. Here we go. Feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it. Woo. So it's all about balance. I know you've heard it before and you're tired of hearing it. Everything is about balance. But there are a whole bunch of things you do in a day that you don't need to do. I'm not saying to sacrifice things that are important, but just get rid of the junk. Get rid of the stuff that does not add any to your quality of life. Get rid of those things that instead of make you better, do not make you any better, or in some cases make you worse than what you are. So, some of those things include going to restaurants. Average time in a restaurant is an hour and a half. Average time. There is an hour and a half that you could be doing something productive. However, going to the restaurant for an hour and a half can be good too. For example, I enjoy going to restaurants. I enjoy trying different foods, different restaurants. And even though I do eat outside, I eat out, I still make my hard effort to stay within my calories. Some restaurant menus do not have calories for some reason. Not that those things are accurate, but at least you have an idea of what you're working with. Which is one of the reasons why it's good to know how to track your calories, know how many calories are in each food item. So when you see your plate comes from the kitchen, you have an idea of how many calories there are in the plate. So, time is up. Here we go with the last set. I'm gonna stop rambling about times and calories and whatnot in a sec. Here we go. break time. And we're gonna put this here for now. Temporary placement of these plates. Heavy. All right, let's find a 25er, put it right here. And now I'm ready to curl. I'm as ready as I'm gonna be. I'm short on time, which everybody is. We still have a few seconds here. I need to move this smart bell out of the way. So I'm already done with it. And by the way, it is 11:33 a.m. Finishing up the day, all the exercises, and my phone call will come in within an hour of finishing this video. As you notice, time is up. Here we go, first set of curls. Oh, my legs are wobbly. Here we go. Oh, that almost ended up badly. Okay. Big distraction there. Yeah, that almost ended up badly there, didn't it? Whew. But yeah, that's pretty much how I figure it out. Not how I figure it out, but how I make time, or how I made time to work out. I always made the excuse of, oh, I don't have time to exercise. Yeah, you don't have time to exercise if you don't make the time. It's always something that you don't really need. Always something you don't really need that you can trade for health if your life depended on exercising. I'm pretty sure you will come up with a very long list of things that you can trade for your life. You could trade your job. You can trade in cigarettes, you can trade in ice cream, you can trade fried chicken. I love fried chicken. You could trade anything, pretty much, for extra days of life, wouldn't you? That's kind of what I did, not to that extreme, but I'm kind of thinking about the future. For how long I want to have a quality of life, or how long I want to be able to do things. That's kind of the questions I asked myself, and I decided to trade those things that did not add any value to my life, and either pause them or got rid of them. Time is up. Here we go with the second set. We'll continue with the thoughts on this topic. Alright. So as I was saying, there are so many things in your life that did not, or so many things in my life did not add any to my quality of life. And thinking about future, or how long I want to be able to do things I want to do. And I want to extend that time for as long as I possibly can. I want to be able to not just retire from work, but also enjoy the retirement. I don't want to just travel when I retire or later on, but I want to enjoy the travels. I want to be able to take those memories with me. I'll put a picture right there in the corner if I can find it. No guarantees. If I can find it, I'll put in a picture there of what this place used to look like before I started working out for real. Before I decided to work out every single day. This place was full with junk. Things that I was holding on to because they have some sentimental value, or I thought I was gonna do something with it, or it was a project that I started but never finished. This place was packed, and not just neatly placed in here. It was all over the place. I turned that picture into this place here now that I use on a daily basis. Just empty space that I use on a daily basis to be a better person from the inside out. Time is up. Here we go with the third set of this exercise. Here we go. We have one more set and we're done with this. So, did I have time to exercise every day? No, I didn't, and technically I don't. If I want to be on an optimal protocol here, I need to rest more, be less stressed physically and mentally, have a better balance in life as far as work and life balance. Maybe work out for a little bit longer, rest a little bit longer, not just a minute and a half. And nutrition could be better too. My diet can be a little bit better, full with a few more calories and reduce on the outside supplements. So eat better, that way I don't have to take supplements to supplement my lack of nutrients. So that will be it. Those are the only things that I could change, but I have to work with what I have. What I have is an hour or less. I have to make of it the best I can make out of it. And I hope if you make it this far in this video, I hope you learned something. If not, sorry for wasting your time. Here we go with the very last set of this exercise, and we'll get out of here. Alright, you know this phone is ringing, I'm gonna let it ring again. Whew. It's outside of the car window. But anyway, that was it for today. If you found this video informative or entertaining, don't forget to comment, subscribe, pound the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.